I'd like to call the meeting in the order. Good evening. It's October 9th, special meeting of the Adrian City Commission. If I can ask everybody to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to ask for a roll call for attendance.
Mayor Heath. Absent. Commissioner Halt,
Present.
Commissioner Roberts. Present. Commissioner Miller,
Present.
Commissioner Strayer,
Present.
Commissioner Castleberry. Present. Commissioner Gauss,
Present.
all commission members present except for Mayor Heath.
Can I have a motion to excuse Mayor Heath?
So moved. Support.
I got a motion by Commissioner Miller and a support by Commissioner Roberts. Can I have a roll call vote?
Commissioner Halt,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts. Yes. Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Strayer,
Yes.
Commissioner Castleberry.
Yes.
Commissioner Gauss.
Yes.
Motion to excuse Mayor Heath approved by unanimous vote.
Okay, I guess before we get started, I'd like to go over a few things. The special meeting was called by Commissioner Castleberry and supported by Commissioner Gauss. On the regular agenda is discussion regarding the mayor's certification and support of recent HUD grant applications by the Lenawee Continuum of Care and related activities. Does anybody want to weigh in on this?
Yes.
Commissioner Gauss?
I'd like to make a motion that, given the fact that I don't know how we're going to word this, but given the fact that the mayor isn't here, and we had some questions, I'm going to ask that, my motion is to let Mr. Galuli, our city attorney, meet with the mayor at her convenience and ask the questions and determine whether we have any things that, and Mr. Elliott, to determine whether there's any additional things we need to look into.
Do I have support?
I guess I would like to give a timeline to that.
Add in anything you want.
Mr. Foley, do you have a timeline in which you think that this could be accomplished?
We could get a meeting. I'm sorry, we could get a meeting scheduled in the very, very near future.
I still need a second. Is there, I have support. I had a motion on the floor from Commissioner Gauss, supported by Commissioner Miller. Any discussion?
Do we want to talk about this at all?
Well,
Here?
how will that work? Will then Mr. Gilliland report back to us at the next meeting? How does that work?
It could work that way. By way of background, if I might, very, very briefly, an issue was called to my attention with regard to certification of consistencies with consolidated plans for various grants that were applied for by 3 separate entities with the Department of Housing and Urban Development. In order to certify a certification of consistency, there has to be a consolidated plan. The city of Adrian does not have a consolidated plan. Accordingly, it was not possible to certify the consolidated plan as being consistent with the regulations of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. So I have sent letters on behalf of the city to the 3 grantees. And I have also sent a letter to the district manager of the Department of Housing and Urban Development in Detroit with copy to the administrator, the mayor, and the entire city commission, indicating that in my opinion, the mayor erred in signing the certifications of consistency with the consolidated plan because we did not have a consolidated plan. We apologize for any inconvenience it could cause to the grantees or the Department of Housing and Urban Development and left it at that. I believe certainly Mr. Elliott and I can meet with the mayor in the very near future to discuss if there were any certifications signed on behalf of the city of Adrian, things of that nature. And I am not aware of any other certifications that have been presented for signature by anyone, quite frankly. And I think this matter for these 3, I haven't heard a response from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. I doubt that I will, nor from the 3 grantees or proposed grantees.
Administrator Elliott.
As I understand the charge, and the reason that the special meeting was called, the mayor made a statement at the last meeting that this was a regular practice of hers to sign such things. She gave some examples of entities for which she purported to have signed similar documents. And as I understand the concern and our charge in, if you pass the motion and trying to look into that. The concern is just, are there other misrepresentations such as the one that was directed to HUD that are out there from the recent past, not, going back into history necessarily, but things that may still be pending for which an agency is trying to make a decision that may not be accurate.
Any other further discussion? Seeing none, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Exact wording, motion. For the record, please.
The motion is to ask Mr. Elliott and the city attorney to meet with the mayor and determine whether there are additional grant applications that have been signed by the mayor and report back to us whether there are and if there are any issues that need to be dealt with. That work for everybody?
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes. Wait, who was the second on that?
Commissioner Miller.
Commissioner Miller.
Okay.
Sorry, I just couldn't remember if we had. a
Commissioner
second.
Roberts is a yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Strayer,
Yes.
Commissioner Castleberry.
Yes.
Commissioner Gauss.
Yes.
Commissioner Halt.
Yes.
Motion for the city attorney and Administrator Elliott to meet with the mayor, approved by a unanimous.
All right. Now it's a public comment. We will do in-person first, please, and then we'll do Zoom after that. So please state your name if you'd like any public comment and your address, please. Oh, yeah. It's also a 3-minute time limit, so yeah.
Thank you for this time. My name is Claudia Annoni. I'm the Executive Director for Housing Help for LEAC. And you need my address? Yeah, 505 Glenwood Road in Rossford, Ohio. 307 Church Street here in Adrian. The reason that I'm here today is because I was who submitted the HUD application on behalf of the Lenawee COC on September 28th. I was informed a week ago that a form signed by the mayor of Adrian was in question. Last year, I was guided by a HUD representative that this same form could be signed by anyone in a position of authority in the area. If you have a chance to look at this form in the second page, and I have it if you need to, clearly says mayor or county judge, etc., that could sign it. Furthermore, for this application and another HUD application, last year, I was fortunate that County Commissioner Mr. Collins signed the exact same form when his daughter Commissioner Castleberry asking for. If he's here, I want to thank him because he just simply signed it. I truly appreciate him stepping in and taking care of it. Also, for those who are not familiar with his form, it refers to the consolidated plan. However, in the city of Adrian, you refer to as the comprehensive plan. Same concept, different name. Finally, in my conversation with our HUD representative last week, he clearly stated that this form is submitted now, and if they have any concerns, they, HUD, will reach out to us, the grantees. I had this conversation on Friday. So my question today is, why is this form an issue? Because last year, when another commissioner signed it, it was not a problem. Thank you.
Michael Lear, 123 East Maumee Street. Not only do America see the systematic sabotaging, chaos, dysfunction, and inability to govern in the congressional halls of Washington, D.C., these very political tactics and scoring of points and winning are playing out right here in Adrian in these very chambers. Let's be very clear, homelessness and housing affordability have been affecting this city and throughout America for many decades. Many of you have even mentioned this concern during your political campaigns. Today, 1 month before a citywide election, it is shameful we are here. And only months after City Commissioner Castleberry, who's no longer the executive director of Share the Warmth, one of the very organizations, a part of the Lenawee Continuum of Care, this very organization, Mayor Heath, sits before this commission regarding an erroneous signature to a funding grant from HUD for the Lenawee Continuum of Care. Let's be honest, the history is developing here. Just months ago, Commissioner Castleberry blindsided this commission and the residents of Adrian by proposing a disbanding of the HRC. Fortunately, the motion was with much disgust from the Adrian residents failed. Now we find ourselves being blindsided once again by this commissioner in a blatant attempt to embarrass and humiliate our mayor. When brought to Mayor Heath's attention, she immediately accepted responsibility, apologized, and that should be end of the story. The harm caused by this blindsiding of this commissioner to the city of Adrian residents far outweighs any political wins and vendettas. I ask this commission, why does the city of Adrian not have an approved consolidated plan for housing development? Why is this city not actively seeking the billions of dollars available from HUD to address the city housing crisis? Why has this city administration continued to outsource important city issues from the HRC diversity and inclusion to the HUD dollars addressing the housing crisis, and they've been outsourced to nonprofits and to non-governmental agencies? When does the city administration plan to initiate a consolidated plan for housing? When is this city going to start governing, advocating, and leading its citizens and stop with the political gamemanship? Thank you.
My name is Brandy Johns. I live at 616 Springbrook Avenue. I am the Housing Help of Lenaways Vice President. I was also emailed per the city attorney about what was done. And my response was my president did reach out to you. And also, why was a board representative contacted when it was told that the executive director was the one that filed this? And was she also contacted as well with the city with this email? And also, it is disheartening as being a volunteer on a board to be given this letter and this intent of disgrace to someone that we asked that we were following the regulations. And in order to have whatever gain, we are here to help. I am here to help as well. And that's why I'm representing Housing Help of Lenawee. I'm representing the board today. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no more public comment in person, now Zoom, please.
My name is Ashley Lito, 663 Budlong here in Adrian. I received the letters from City Attorney John Galuli's legal assistant, Dina Shealy, on October 3rd in regards to both the legacy housing project renewal and for the COC planning project for the COC fiscal year 23-24 HUD competitive grant. In that letter, I was advised that the city does not have a consolidated plan and that Mayor Heath erred in signing those documents. I also was advised to please notify the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development at my earliest convenience of the improper certification. First, it seems to me the proper chain of emails would have been to the actual COC executive committee. I'm a voting member on the COC. Otherwise, that's it. That's the only position I have. And then it seems that the executive director, Claudia, would have been the other one that would have received that email. As she submits and converses with HUD and our funders for Housing Help of Lenawee, also known as LEAC, yet she was completely surpassed in that conversation. However, HUD was contacted, basically stated that we did exactly what that form asked of us, and that HUD and the recipient organization would work together under a grant, and that third parties, commissioners, really didn't have a voice. They thanked us for bringing this to their attention, but the application is already in process and moving forward. And that if anything needs to be worked out, it would be worked out between us and them. That we would work to get MISHDA to sign this moving forward. And if they needed to, they would work with us to get MISHDA to sign that. Ultimately, it feels more like this is a public personal attack close to an election to shame a sitting mayor. This seems more like a political game than an issue over a signature on a piece of paper. This all could have been handled with a private meeting, which is what you guys are offering to do now behind closed doors. I'm going to forward you a copy of our comprehensive plan just so that you have the opportunity to look at it. My understanding is that Mr. Elliott, you were part of writing this. Kelly Castleberry, Alan, all of you guys are listed on this. Mary Roberts, all of you are listed on this. You know it's there. So that will be my response to the email that I have already responded to. So you did get an email response, Mr. Kaluli, when you sent that out on October 3rd. So refer to pages 107 through 126 of that housing to read what that housing plan is. Thank you.
Seeing no more comments on Zoom, do I have any commissioner comments? Commissioner Roberts.
I just have one comment. I guess two. Do not believe that this is in any form or shape of any kind of malice from the mayor. It happens to be in front of an election. I don't believe that's part of why we are here tonight. So that's comment one. The second comment comes with transparency. We hear every single day that we don't communicate with everyone and we're not transparent with everyone. And tonight is an opportunity for us and you to be transparent with each other. If we had asked the mayor to meet with Mr. Galuli and Mr. Elliott in private, then how are we being transparent with the public? That seems a little shady to me. And I don't like that. And so that's why we are here tonight. That's why I believe we are here tonight. We are doing our best to be transparent and to communicate with the public. It has, in my personal opinion, it has nothing to do with embarrassment or humiliation. No, it's not. So that's where I stand.
Mr. Mayor,
Administrator Elliott.
if I could clear up some misinformation that's being circulated here this evening. A comprehensive plan and a consolidated plan are not the same thing. Comprehensive plan is a planning document adopted pursuant to the Michigan Planning Enabling Act. Consolidated plan is a plan for housing and affordability of housing that's prescribed by HUD. That is typically done only by entitlement communities that are entitled to receive CDBG funds, of which neither the city nor Lenawee County are. So very few communities do them, only typically communities that have that need for them. The state of Michigan has a consolidated plan, but the form in question specified the consolidated plan as approved by HUD. So that is obviously not the city's planning document, which is the comprehensive plan or master plan. So those two terms should not be confused.
Any other commissioner comments?
Yeah, again, what Commissioner Roberts said, okay, none of us believe that Mayor Heath signed these documents maliciously, surreptitiously. The issue at hand is she erred in signing them because she was certifying that we had this consolidated plan, which we do not have. So it was a misrepresentation, which has now been fixed through Mr. Galuli's emails to HUD and the affected organizations. It's nothing more than that. However, at that meeting, the mayor made the statement that she's done this in the past for other organizations. And we don't know what those are. We're not saying anything's wrong with them. All we're saying is we need to know what those were so that city attorney can determine whether there are any other misrepresentations out there that we need to correct. That's all it is. In terms of the timing is unfortunate. If it had happened in January or June, we'd be dealing it within the very same way. So while it's unfortunate that it happened now during the election season, to say that it is all about the political process, it's not. So those are my comments.
Any further commissioner comments? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So move.
I got a motion from Commissioner Gauss, supported by Commissioner Roberts. Everybody indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.